Hello, everyone. It's late. It's late night going to the next day, but we're here. We're gonna give you the details on what went down at AEW World's End. As you see right here, MJF has regained the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. We'll tell you how he did it and what's next for MJF during the World's End review. Let's get the World's End review started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Man, oh man, AEW wrapped up. Like I said, we're here. We're gonna tell you the latest on what's going on the AEW side. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. We're going to keep things off with this. It's going to be the match that everybody's been waiting for. I don't know why AEW don't it build up, but at World's End, you would think you want to build up at a bigger stage for them to fight between Kazuchika Okada and Kasashi Takashi. What Jim Cornette like to say, but I'm trying my best to pronounce like their names. But um, pardon with me if I get it wrong or botched it. I'm sorry. But these two men were in action tonight, and you can tell right here. We told you if you watch the predicted outcome special, the predictions on what to expect between these two men. These two men don't really like each other. Okada likes to play mind games with Takashi, and the same vice versa. They want to get their hands on each other, and it was the perfect time to do so. But I just feel like it just was kind of rushed and rushed rather than build up. Well, Okada was in action. Okada did take it to Takashi, winning the match. And a sick smile on his face. I don't know why he had a sick smile doing that, but he did. And he did so by doing what he did. But like we said, Takasha Okada won his match tonight with the help of you know who. Terry Okada smiling, cheating to get the win. Okada will meet the winner of the John Moxley Kyle Fletcher match that was coming up a little bit later on in the show. Well, we heard from John Moxley about what he wanted to do. He doesn't care. He wants to win that championship one way or another. Well, he was in action, and John Moxley did. You see right here, as well as Takasha taking on Okada earlier. But John Moxley did the same thing to Kyle Fletcher, and John Moxley applied that sleeper to Kyle Fletcher, getting the victory over Kyle Fletcher like he did tonight, winning. Now we kind of will see John Moxley will take on Okada for the Continental Classic, the Continental Championship, a little bit later on in the show. But during the show, Moxley won by beating Okada. I think Okada either got attacked by you know who, and Okada lost his championship to John Moxley. John Moxley finally wins the Continental Championship, and now John Moxley will probably perhaps win it or lose it throughout the year if he's going to continue on being the Continental Champion. But wow, won his match. As you see right here, Moxley did. Moxley um, giving lectures to his group that what he's going to do being Continental Champion. But we move on from that to FTR. Well, I told you earlier on the predicted outcome, the FTR was going to win, retain their tag team titles of the Bang Gang Club, and they did so tonight. They did retain the tag team championships, and we're going to show FTR right here. FTR retained their tag team title, hard fought victory for FTR, won in 2026 as tag team champions. Well, we talked about this right here. The mixed nuts mayhem. Who came up with that? Well, it was a free for all. You asked me, Death Rider versus Timeless Tony Storm, and the conglomeration, the mixed nuts tag team match. And what it was, as you see, Timeless Tony Storms emerged victorious with Orange Cassidy, Roger Strong, and what's his Mark Briscoe. See Mark Briscoe won, and Mark Briscoe doing so, as we saw, mixed nuts tag team championships. It did so. As we saw that we kind of saw this we did mixed nuts tag team championship. Oh hell. Winning for the good team was gonna win rather than the face team was gonna win. So we saw that and how that was gonna come around as well. So we saw that was gonna be well. So we saw that. Also too, the Babes are rap defend their tag team titles against Mercedes and Athena. Mercedes Monet like she's about to suffer a nervous breakdown, losing, then win the women's tag team championships. Like Mercedes about to go pop, go crazy. What was that pop, go crazy? Mercedes about to go lose her mind. She lose her mind in one way or another. Mercedes Monet looks like she wants to go against Willow Nightingale. Who wants to defend her TBS championship against Willow? That's going to happen on this week's edition of Dynamite, the TBS title. Hopefully, Mercedes don't think she'll eat her foot in her mouth with that. So we will see how that's going to go. Because Mercedes Monet recap and rebound before 2026 heads our way. Well, speaking of that, Chris Stanlander defending the women's championship against Jamie Hayter. Chris Stanlander defending her women's title. Was nothing but just a pure plain match. Chris Stanlander won over Jaden Hayter. Chris Stanlander trying to become a fighting champion, and AEW wants to promote it. Chris Stanlander defends and regains her women's retains her women's title. Well, we see more of Mercedes losing her mind and about to go, you know what, crazy. How that goes and stuff like that for her as well. Well, um, we saw a lot of Gabe Kidd went against Darby Allen. Gabe Kidd didn't win over Darby beating Gabe Kidd with a 1, 2, 3. Gabe Kidd took a nasty bump right here on Darby. Gabe Kidd paid for it, so hopefully Gabe Kidd will get that. However, that's going to be coming forward. Well, we get to the main event. The main event of the evening was this: the AEW World Championship will be on the line as Samoa Joe defends the world title against Swerve Strickland, Hangman Page, and MJF. All three men have been former AEW champions, and they wanted to get that glory back. Who's going to get the glory back? And none other was the glory. And Samoa Joe wanted to be a proud fighting champion. Took no all comers, but Joe fell through the cracks and fell through as MJF emerged victorious. And now a two-time AEW champion, MJF has done it. MJF now leaving 2025 as the AEW champion, heading 2026 as champion. So we're gonna be paying attention, looking forward to this. But this, I think MJF really made some enemies throughout. MJF gonna have to come head into 2026 looking for a Swerve and uh, Page, Heyman Page to target him after what he did. But we'll see if Hangman and Swerve, what their next focus is going to be, but you can tell they're going to be pinpointing at this man right here, MJF, after winning the World Championship, as he did tonight in doing so. Well, that's been our special on AEW World's End Review. MJM stoles it. Still once again regains the AEW championship for a second time. We'll see what's going to come on next. But we know this coming up this week on the AEW Ring Report. Ricochet defends the AEW National Championship against Jungle Jack Perry. Can Jack Perry win the AEW Championship from Ricochet? We will see about that. As well as Mercedes Moné taking on Willow Nightingale for the TBS title. The TBS Championship is online, so we'll get to see that match. And we'll leave you with MJF regaining the world championship from Samoa Joe, Swerve, and um, Hangman Page. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon. So long. We'll see you Monday for the Raw Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.